During this tutorial we're going to look at how to create and print a label onto a CD or DVD disc. Now in order to do that you need to have the appropriate software. So you need to check to see if the here it is here, here's the shortcut on my desktop, it's called CD Label Print. So double click onto that and it will open the appropriate software. Now you'll probably want to create a new label, so choose new, and you have here the image in which your CD print is going to actually fit. So you've got to realise that the centre of your CD or DVD is not going to be able to be printed because that's where the hole is, obviously. So your image has this circular section, it's a bit like a donut, where it has to fit. So first of all, if you want to do fancy artwork with text, it's a good idea to create that in a program like Photoshop or Illustrator and then import that image. So you can go to the actual program. In this case, if I just go to the Photoshop program and I've got an image here which I've selected, and if I Control C on that image to copy the image and then Control V the image, you'll be able to just directly import it to your CD. Position it where you wish. Remember that you are not going to be able to print in this circular section in the centre. So let's say we're something like this. So we've got an image on it. Now you can do some basic things if you're adding text. So if you go to the text drop down menu and choose text, then you type the text that you want to put in there. Like so. And then you can do a couple of things with the text. You can colour the text, you can choose a colour, and if you want to have, if you choose transform, you can actually choose the type of font, which I'm sure you're familiar with, and you can choose the size, and you know, all the usual sorts of things that you can choose, including whether it's italic or bold, underlined, or there's a stroke right through it. Alignment is an option, all those sort of usual things. So you can see a little preview of what it's going to look like. Now if you wanted to add a shadow, you choose shadow, and you can see what's happened here and choose colours and whatever. And there's a few options there you can play around with. Border's another one you can choose, you can see what's happening in the preview. Now position's fairly limited. And basically I think the best way to play around with position would be to actually just click OK at this stage, and you can see it's appeared in the CD. If you hold the left mouse button down you're going to be able to move it, and you can see at the corners here that you can actually rotate it. If you hover over it you can get that rotate button, hold the left mouse button in and click it. That's probably the easiest way. If you have a look at text here, you can choose vertical text or horizontal text, obviously because I've rotated it, that's altered it. But you can do vertical, horizontal, but it's fairly basic, or a rotate. If you want something more elaborate, it would be better to design that in Illustrator and import the whole thing. So let's say you're happy with your artwork and your labelling, then you can click onto the preview button and you can see a small preview, obviously. If you want to go back to editing, you can click back onto that and change it as appropriate. Okay, now I've got another one that I would just have been fiddling around with a little bit, so I don't want to save that one. Here's my one that I've been fiddling around. I'm just going to open that. So the beauty of this is if your program is on the computer, you can design your artwork and then just save it and then go to the computer that has the appropriate printer attached. So you need to use the Canon PIXMA printer, and you need to have a printable DVD or CD and the tray that it fits into. Your teacher will be able to help you fit that into the printer, and you need to be able to align the arrows on the tray with the arrows on the printer. Shows you how to fit it in. Once you're ready to print, click the print button. There's a few options here, but they're quite straightforward, really. Print here, it'll print if everything's okay. In this case, if there's ink that needs replacing, it'll give you a warning, and that obviously needs to be attended to. Otherwise, you'll be able to print and your disc will look fantastic. Have fun.